Hey guys, what's up and welcome to a new League of Legends video. So for this one, I want to talk about something that just hit the PvE server. It's going to be actually pretty much a rework happening to a champion that I was actually really surprised to even hear essentially one happening to him, right? So to me, a rework is something where a champion is changed to a certain point where their playstyle can be arguably different, right? So that's what I believe happened with RAMMUS. So here's the rundown essentially of the RAMMUS rework, right? So let's talk about it, and then I'll show you guys it in game on the PvE and kind of what he can do now and just the new kind of build you may potentially see on him, because I feel like he went from being what used to be just a taunt bot sort of tank to being kind of a bruiser now actually. So here it is, check it out. So spiked shell, passive, right? So first of all, it got removed, the initial one, 25% of his attack, of his armor's attack damage, and he has a new passive, which is similar in concept. RAMMUS deals 8 to 20 base damage, plus 10% armor scaling, bonus magic damage with his basic attacks, right? So now it's actually bonus magical damage, rather than just having his AD increase, which arguably is a good thing. Powerball. Now this thing is in concept obviously the same, but it works a little bit differently. So first of all, the maximum movement speed has been adjusted to being now 145% plus 5 per level. So this thing will scale and you will move actually much faster than the current Powerball. The duration is only a second shorter. That's fine, whatever. The collision detection size has been reduced, so it's more consistent, so it's better. So you won't just hit something that you shouldn't have hit, which is, I guess, a good thing. And then following that, we have something that's new. It's now a channeled spell. So if you have, if you see a RAMMUS coming at you and you hit him with like, I don't know, say a Brand Q or like any kind of spell, like a Caitlyn Q or a Lucian W, it'll actually interrupt his Powerball, right? In theory, that's what that's what this means. So that's what it should do. The damage on it has been actually reduced by quite a bit. So this damage, the base damage has been reduced by 60 by rank 5, and the AP ratio has been reduced by 0.4. So overall damage on Powerball has been reduced by quite a lot. But to try and, I guess, compensate, the cooldown on this ability by rank 5 has actually been reduced by 4 seconds, which is, I honestly think that's quite a bit, actually. That's a decent amount of reduction in cooldown. The slow has been changed, so now it actually slows an insanely amount more. It's 80% by rank 5 rather than 40, but the duration has been lowered, which is honestly worth, I think, because that slow will guarantee that you'll be in range most likely to go ahead and follow up with the taunt after, which has been also renamed. So his W, it's kind of similar. It still offers you bonus armor and bonus magic resistance rather than just being flat. It now gives you only 20 flat, but then it has a percentage of scaling, which will obviously be much better late game. The cooldown has been reduced by more than double, which is concerning. I'm not really sure why, but it has a new effect now where RAMMUS is actually slowed by 60% during the effect, so he's actually legitimately slow when he's in this mode, which makes sense. It can be toggled off early, so you're not forced to stay in the full duration of this form, I guess you can call it. You can toggle it off early and continue doing something else if you want to, or obviously if you don't want to have that 60% movement reduction, you can toggle it off earlier. And this is completely new, which synergizes with his passive, completely new, and which is part of the reason why I think it changes his playstyle, this and his taunts. So the first part, while defensive ball curl is active, of course, is W, spiked shell, which is the passive that deals bonus damage per auto attack, it deals 150% bonus damage now. So it's just 150% of this, whatever this is, and also deals spiked shell's damage back to enemies that basic attack. So that's kind of the similar concept, it still has that thorn-ish aspect to it where if he's in this mode, you attack him, yeah, you take damage, right? But now I feel like it'll scale better and it'll be a lot more damage later on to the game, on top of also just flat out empowering his auto attack damage here, which obviously instantly tells you, okay, so he has a kind of a kit now that revolves around his passive a lot more and essentially really like heavily buffs his passive in a certain form, which makes you start wondering, maybe you play around this, right? But then you read his taunt and you think, yeah, okay, you know what? Maybe that's actually 100% true, because now casting his frenzying taunt, which got renamed, like I said, grants RAMMUS up to 40% attack speed for the duration of the taunt. I mean, at first that sounds really random, right? Why the hell would he get 40% attack speed from taunting someone? But frenzying taunt's attack speed also constantly refreshes while any of RAMMUS's other spells are active. So like his ultimate, his W, right? I'm pretty sure those are the only two. I don't think you can do it together. Maybe you can. Well, I guess you can actually, because it lasts for an X amount of time and you can just do it again and there you go. It no longer reduces the armor. So now this ability is literally not even something that you just do to reduce someone's armor. You do this, you taunt them, and you just start attacking it. Like, you just attack the shit out of them with your W on. Like, you keep them in the same spot, combine it with your ultimate, which now, by the way, slows enemies by 12% for 1.5 seconds, stacking up to 8 times, I'm assuming, multiplicatively. The damage has been actually lowered, which makes sense. But it now deals double damage to structures. So the way I see this now is he's a bruiser, because all you do is you Q them. It has a huge slow. boom, you're pretty much guaranteed to land the taunt, right? You land the taunt with a W on, they deal no damage to you. You deal a shit ton of attack damage to them because of your passive and your W combination with the 150% increased damage. They're dealing a lot of damage to them also because you're taunting them and they're attacking, so they're dealing they're essentially doubling this damage potentially, depending on who you taunt rather. And then you also obviously with the taunt get the 40% attack speed, which is constantly refreshing, while also having the ultimate on, which keeps refreshing the taunt, that'll also constantly slow them, so you can keep staying on them and constantly keep getting the auto attacks off. So that's how I'm seeing him now. He's essentially a bruiser who gets on his target and actually legitimately like whacks them away to death, pretty much, which is kind of what a bruiser does, a tanky damage champion. That's what he sounds like. So I have him here in a game. I got DC'd. I gotta go ahead and quickly get this game going. Let's just go ahead and do this very, very quickly here. Get into a game. Start game. I don't know, that's just how I see it now. So it seems like he just got flat out just, I don't know. I need to change my runes actually very quickly. I didn't change my runes. But you know what, just for the sake of it, we'll have Fervor. Because, I mean, it's all about attack speed now. So maybe even going Fervor of Battle, maybe like top lane Rammus could be a thing, like legitimately. Top lane Rammus, jungle Rammus, Fervor of Battle. Or if you're playing slightly more tanky, you can go Curse of the Colossus, maybe even Grasp of the Undying. I don't know, man, it's an interesting thing, I have to say. So let's go ahead and jump in the game here very quickly, training game, and just see exactly what we can do here. Because I feel like the build that I'm kind of thinking of is you can go, I think Titanic Hydra is going to be a must. Titanic Hydra is going to be just absolutely wonderful on him. I think maybe something like a Triforce could be quite good as well. And then maybe something like, I guess you want to stack a lot of armor after that. Maybe like a Dead Man's Plate could be good. Maybe something like, one of the new tank items that just increases your overall armor. The one that when you have 3 people around you just buffs you really hard. Could be really good as well. What is going on here? What is going on with the PvE here? It doesn't want to load me into the game, man. Hello. Hello, PvE. Interesting. The PvE doesn't want to load into the game. I'm not sure why. That's a little strange. Just gonna have to, I guess, wait it out here, see what happens. If it doesn't work, then I'm gonna press cancel on the pop-up and just do it again, and that'll probably work. I'm not sure why this is acting up right now. It's being a very, very uncooperative. Cancel. Let's see if this works. Sometimes it does just really weird things. There you go. Now it works. Perfect. Good. I don't know why I did that. That was really strange. But I want to go into this game. I want to pretty much just go to level 18 right away, get all of his abilities, put in some target dummies, get the items that I think could be pretty good on him, and just show you guys just how fast he can really attack and just what he can really do and just what this essentially RAMMUS rework looks like in its true form, in its final form, in the form that everyone wants to see it at. I still find it completely strange that they even did this rework though. Let's go ahead and unmute this. Okay. So let's go ahead and put that on. We'll get gold. We'll also level up to level 18 here. Put all the points in. Okay, perfect. So for items, what do you want to get? I honestly generally think Gargoyle Stoneplate can be a decent item, right? I think Dead Man's Plate is still fantastic. Armor boost, of course. I generally think that Titanic Hydra could be good. What else can we get? I personally think, honestly, if you go top lane Rammus, Triforce, Titanic Hydra into just pure tank could legitimately be a thing. Maybe even getting a Bork. We'll try this first, and then later on, we'll try swapping out maybe like a Triforce or Bork. Just see how that looks. Just how could that be, you know? So we can get this. This gives you both resistances, which is solid. That's what we want for sure. And then you can top it off with just some other armor item. Let's just say, what gives a lot of armor here? 60 armor. That gives 70 armor. 60 armor. We'll go with this. We'll go with this. We'll go with Sunfire. Sunfire's good. Okay. Alright, so let me toggle off the minions. We don't want minions here. So let's go ahead and summon some enemy dummies. Right? This is the first one. Okay, I don't want it there. I don't want it there. Oops. Enemy dummy. We'll put it here. We'll put it here. So this is how fast Rammus goes now. You can see it scales pretty nicely. Moving pretty fast. Boom. Right? And it slows heavily. Okay, I don't want to be in tower range. So check it out. So if you have just this active and then you activate, so right now my passive is doing 20 plus 30, 10% of my armor, right? So 40 damage plus this will be over 100 damage per auto attack. So this is how fast I auto attack normally, which in itself is actually pretty fast. But then we activate the W, and now you can see that much damage. This will like essentially double, right? Essentially double. If it's auto attacking me, that's significantly higher, especially if you taunt an ADC because they're attacking you really fast. But then if you taunt, oh my, how fast that is. Like legitimately no fast. And then you pop this as well. Like that's legitimately pretty fast. And then if you actually also put, let's say, 3 enemies around you, 3 of these things around you, right? Like this. God damn it. Let me just bring that down there. Now you activate this and you're much bigger, right? So you pop this, and now I'm huge. Look how big I am. Like the damage, it's just obviously if you activate that, it does reduce 60% of your damage, which is not what you really want. So I guess you can maybe even sell this item. Honestly, we could be like, okay, you know what? We're not gonna be that tanky. We'll sell this, and we'll go on actual like legitimate kind of Bruiser, almost split push build, because his passive, by the way, for his ultimate, 200% damage to turrets, 200%. So he's an absolute just monster when it comes to pushing towers now. So he's gonna be like, I swear to God, he's gonna legitimately be a split pushing champion, which is really weird to think about, but I think he might actually turn into one. Check it out. Just like what is this? What am I witnessing here? This is literally Rammus. Look at the damage he's doing. Like this is essentially what could be a full build Rammus. Like, okay, we'll take that off. We're not gonna auto refresh cooldowns anymore, right? Let's wait for that. Here, let's just put it back off like this. Look, what is this? What am I witnessing here? This is literally Rammus. 40% increased attack speed on his E, and as long as you have an ability active, it refreshes it constantly, over and over. Cool. Activate that. The W and the E synergize perfectly. See, it keeps refreshing it over and over and over and over. Like the synergy is perfect. So, I don't know. That's just kind of what Rammus is right now. I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know why they did this, but they essentially turned a champion that used to be just essentially a hard tank that just runs in there, taunts someone down, and just absorbs as much damage as possible, to now still pretty much doing the same thing, because look at my HP. I have a shit ton of HP. To also being a Bruiser who can legitimately go items like Borg, Triforce, Titanic Hydra, and actually literally 1v1 people, like, easily. If you're facing an 80 top laner, I feel like Rammus top is actually, like, might be free low, but I don't know. Obviously you don't know for sure until you test it out in a legitimate game, but I'm just wondering what I just don't understand what I'm witnessing here. That's all it really is. There you guys have it. Rammus is now officially a Bruiser, a split pushing Bruiser. Enjoy when this comes to the live servers, because it's gonna be pretty obnoxious to deal with. But either way, guys, that's it for this video. I just want to show that to you guys and just kind of get your opinion on that. Let me know what you think about it down below, and I hope you're ready for this when it comes to the live servers. But either way, guys, hit it with that like button if you enjoyed the video. Share this with your friends, all that good stuff, and I'll see you for the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Peace.